Hi, my name's Garrett. Did you know that Newtown is a planned community that fosters walkability, a community identity, and is full of golf carts with friendly neighbors? Typical American suburbs are not like that, and they're confusing to drive in with their many cul-de-sacs, curved streets, and all sorts of weird things going on, apart from the fact that all the American homes look the same. And they're not very pedestrian friendly either. I guarantee you that the people you see walking around there are just walking around. They're not walking to places. And so today I'm going to explain to you why you should live in a walkable community like Newtown. Or, you can really live anywhere you want, but at least by the end of this video, you'll see the appeal of living in a place like Newtown. And, living in Newtown is better than other suburbs for, the reasons including, its sense of place, its sense of community, and its higher quality of life, but not limited to any of those factors. Newtown, let's talk about how it came to be. So it's the magnum opus of Greg Whitaker, who is a pretty renowned home builder in the St. Louis area, and you might even live in one of his homes that his company has built. But, he dreamt it up around 20 years ago, and he's built this walkable community by following these steps. So first off, he built the houses close together. They're anywhere from 1 foot to 8 feet apart from each other, and so that's pretty close compared to most American suburb homes. And also, he built quite a couple multi-family homes, so things like townhomes, mixed use with residential on top and business on bottom, and then also just typical apartments. And also he made alleyways so that the garage would be behind the house. That way there's less clutter and you can fit in more homes in a less area. And so this made Newtown denser than neighborhoods we know today. This density not only fostered walkability, but it also made a sense of community by having another trick up its sleeve, which is the many green spaces and common spaces throughout Newtown, like the amphitheater, the parks, and the courtyards. So why don't we touch on why and how the walkability and the atmosphere really foster that higher quality of life that Newtown has to offer. So the walkability not only, can help you walk places, but, it will make you enjoy walking around, but also, you're going to have 2 restaurants, 2 bars, a market, and more in the town center. So you're going to have quite a bit of things to walk to. And you can also just take the bike there or take the golf cart there. And also, like I previously mentioned, there's quite a couple parks and courtyards, and this is beneficial for kids because they'll get a bit of sense of an independence. Instead of the parents forcing their kids to play in the backyards, they, send them off to go run a block down the street and play in the green space if there is. And this, fosters a sense of independence in the kids, which is good for them. And also they might spontaneously make some new friends that they never knew before. And, that's because of the small backyards that Newtown has. They have the green spaces where you can have community. So there's also 2 pools, which are just a short golf cart drive away. And that's where your family can have fun or just relax. And then there's also a volleyball court where you can make new friends, and you can also have teammates where you foster really close friendships by, competing in competitions and becoming the champions of your little volleyball tournament. And so now that you know how tight-knit the Newtown community is, let's talk about some of the positive effects of living in a community like this. So the green spaces here provide spaces for wildflowers and native trees to flourish. And, that not only helps the ecosystem, but also, imagine the typical American suburb where there's just lawn, grass, and pavement. That's not very helpful for the environment. And also the walkability of Newtown, allows you to, of course, walk, but also take a battery-powered golf cart or a bike places instead of taking the car, which is extremely environmentally damaging. And also, Newtown is full of trees, so, lining the streets and dappled across the parks. So not only is that going to create some shade, but also it protects you from the street, from the cars going by, from the street to the sidewalk. And, you know, whenever the harsh summer sun comes out, you're going to thank the fact that Newtown has trees. So whenever you're sitting on your porch relaxing, the dappled sunlight from the canopy of the maple trees will mesmerize you, and listening to the birds singing their love songs, you will feel at ease with your decision of having moved to Newtown. But if that doesn't sound like heaven, then you have the full freedom to relax in your typical American home where you have your lawn grass and your big backyard, and you have to drive 15 minutes to get anywhere. But I implore you, if you feel like you're done with the suburbs, try going for a walkable community like Newtown to see what the atmosphere is like at least. And if you like it, you'll surely be surprised by what kind of life Newtown will allow you to live. But I also want to remind you to remember not to confuse the places people drive through with the places people drive to. Thank you.